Hello, guys, and welcome back to another video with the Bitblond, the craziest blonde in a word about crypto, perhaps in the universe. Today, let's talk about on what's playing out in the crypto market, and of course, before we get into any content, I would love to remind you should definitely do your own market research. Okay, I've got people texting me on Telegram here, there, like, what should I buy? What should I sell? Guys, have your own thing. Like, end of the day, you got to learn how not to depend on anyone. You need to be independent. It's very, very important. But anyways, let's just go straight away into the screen today, and I want to share something with you. Let's go first of all to the Bitcoin price. Okay, the reason why I haven't recorded, because honestly I'm not trading, it's not tradable. Okay, sometimes all we have to do is wait. That's all we have to do. Okay, and looking into the BTC USDT today, we currently holding at 92,300 to be very, very accurate with you. And no, I do not believe this is going to stop any soon. However, we might see a small pump again to the upside, and I am very, very sad to say that we might be in the beginning of the bear market. Well, that is sad, true, for a couple of people, right? In my case, I'm going to be shorting and I'm going to be building even harder. So you shouldn't feel scared if we enter the bear market. Learn how to not depend only on whatever sentiment the market has. Learn how to do your own research. Learn how to sell as well, so you don't sit and wait until the next bull run to start longing again. However, it's still a probability. I believe that BTC will likely go back to 96,000 areas, or even 100, retest and potentially go down one more time. And again, if we go to 100 and keep going up, good, very good for us. We're not on a bear market, but if we do go back again, retest and don't hold, I'm gonna short personally. I'm not gonna sit here and watch the entire crash just by doing nothing. Anyways, either way, I'm gonna update you on what's gonna happen. Now, I'm not opening any position. I'm not scared of losing. I'm not scared of waiting or overweighting of losing at one position. If I lose one position, fine, then I'm just going to wait on a best opportunity and open a new position. That is that simple. That's how it's gonna work. Okay, the same is playing out on Solana, but I believe the selling pressure here is gonna be even more than BTC itself. Right now, it's looking a bit bullish. I would actually dare to say is looking a small correction on my perspective. However, you are a different person. You are a different traders. We all have different perspective on the market. And yep, I believe we could go up to 160.15 again on Sol and start going down, or even a bit higher, let's say 175, 174, which is the 200 EMA period. And again, one more time, I would short Solana and BTC. However, the S&P 500, which is very, very unlikely, is looking pretty bullish at the moment. BTC tends to follow the S&P, and everything tends to follow the US market. Still, unfortunately or fortunately, we are very, very correlated into the US economy. That's how the stock markets were created. And even knowing that we are in a decentralized market, it's very correlated the economy overall. However, it's Christmas and it's so strange to have this bearish sentiment. Either way, I feel that this Christmas was gonna be a bit more bullish, but as I mentioned, learn how to protect yourself so you don't have to feel left behind, or you don't have to panic if it's going down, if it's going up. Learn how to enter and exit and you will be fine. Okay. However, moving to the latest news on Cointelegraph, Bitcoin hits the most bearish levels. Its bull cycle ending? Question. The Bitcoin enters the bearish territory as the institutional buying wanes and key indicator turn negative, signaling a potential end-to-end current market cycle. and a Bitcoin entering bearish territory as the institutional demand dries up and the key market indicator points downward phase. According to data analytics from CryptoQuant, the BTC it's at 91.917. Market conditions have turned the most bearish within the current bull cycle that started in January 2023. CryptoQuant said in its latest crypto weekly report shared with Cointelegraph. The CryptoQuant Bull Score Index has declined to extreme bearish levels 20/100, while the BTC price has fallen far below the 365-day moving average of 102K, a key technical level and a final bearish signal, making the start of 2022 a bear market. The price drop comes amid weakening institutional demand, including reduced buying by the Bitcoin treasury firms such as Saylor Strategy, along with limited inflows exchange trade funds, ETFs, aka corporate Bitcoin demands tapers off, even with the strategy's latest purchase of 8,178 BTC equals 83 million, its large acquisition since July 2025. The buy remains significant in smaller than many of its previous major purchases. The CryptoQuant head of research, Julia Moreno, noted in an ex post on Wednesday and mentioned treasury companies have basically stopped buying. Some have even sold part of their holdings, Moreno observed, referring to companies like MetaPlanet, whose most recent BTC purchase was in September. And here is the tweet by him and also the screenshot on his personal opinion, right? And the key market drivers of cards addressing the past key markets, Catalysis, CryptoQuant mentioned Donald Trump, a presidential election win in 2024, which pushed Bitcoin above 100K for the first time by early December. In 2025, the launch of several Bitcoin treasury companies pushed Bitcoin above 120K in August. Those catalyses are now gone. The report states, adding, that would be a catalyst strong enough to reaccelerate Bitcoin demand in 2026. Question: major development seems off to the CAD US strategic Bitcoin reserve or highly discounted by the Federal Reserve, lowering interest rates further. The downward trend potentially aligned with the 4-year cycle entering previous cycle that lasts for 4 years, including 2014, 2017, and 2018 and 2021. The CryptoQuant noted, adding that the current cycle 2022 to 2025 is coming to an end under his criterion, and mentioned, does this imply a rapid Bitcoin price collapse? Question: no, so far Bitcoin is experiencing a 28% drawdown and has declined towards major support levels of 90,000 to 92,000, the report said, adding, even in bear market, price can rally 40 to 50% in the span of the few months. However, now the price of Bitcoin is below a 365-day EMA period. This level becomes a strong price resistance 102.6K. And CryptoQuant report came hours before the Bitcoin brief dipped below 90K on Wednesday, which the price dropping to a low 88,400, a lowest price point since April 2025. According to Coinbase, the cryptocurrency has since slightly recovered, trading around 91,650 at the time of publication. So here we have quite of a different opinions. End of the day, the entire sentiment still bearish. And again, I am not personally taking any positions yet. I think it's time to wait at least 3 to 4 days and see what's going to play out. And It's a lot of things to do. Even if we enter in a bear market, you can short. And if you don't want to short, you can just build a new project. If you don't want to work on a new project, you can go to cryptojobs.com and find yourself a project to work. It's so many things to build during a bear market when the prices are going down. But here's also an interesting opportunity. If you know how to short, sometimes shorting can be also a very profitable thing. Okay, so learn how to detach yourself from bullish sentiment always, even knowing that I'm bullish by birth. Okay, we tend to like to buy more than sell. It's a factor in the humanity. And also, so much will happen in 2026 inside AI, technology, energy. And if you want, I can pull up together some of the greatest investment for 2026. Again, I am not a financial advisor. I just think there are plenty opportunities for us to look at, such as AI. Anything that feeds AI will eventually do really, really well in the near future. Long term token, of course, Bitcoin is still one of the best assets comparing to our current economy. And by the way, have you actually seen what is happening to the world economy? If you haven't, I recommend you to have a look at. Anyways, guys, let me know how is your financial life going, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much, Susan. Bye bye. Thank you.